Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is your boy Kai, and we are currently situated at the Owen Roberts International Airport in Grand Cayman. So, this has been a highly requested route this morning. Today, we are flying the beautiful Charlie India Whiskey, the Boeing 737-8 MAX by Cayman Airways. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful livery by, of course, yours truly, your boy Kai. So just sitting here for a little bit at the gate, just getting my flight plan and everything together. I have pretty much everything set up except for the weather. The weather is not installed as of yet, so let's go ahead and do that. Add the weather to the simulation. Here we are. And of course, refresh the traffic. This beautiful Grand Cayman scenery can be found on Sim Market by a company called WingSim, if you are interested. And again, this is prepared 3D. I do believe that they have a version for excuse me. I do believe that they have a version for MSFS, so MSFS also available. It is a really good rendition of Grand Cayman so far. Of course, a lot of developers, of course, have abandoned P3D, but I do hope in the future that more developers take more interest into P3D as we content creators have a lot more things to come when it comes onto creation in terms of not just liveries, but like other different procedures, characteristics, flights, tutorials, just gameplay in general. Like P3D is a really good brand that I wish a lot of developers would take a lot more serious and not just abandon it for the sake of, hey, new platform, money, money, money. No. All right, guys, we're in the beautiful iFly 737-7, sorry, 737-8 Max version. This has been a long incoming version for me because I've been working on this for quite some time. I went ahead and did quite a few things. I redesigned the spinner cone for the Max. I did not like the version that I saw. I also went ahead and redid the winglets, the split skimiters, as they're called, or the skimiters. I went ahead and redesigned that with the textures also, so that is also complete. In regards to the external, I made some adjustments to the engines. You can't really see them right now because of the lighting, but if I were to really zoom in, you can see that on the original version of the Maxes from the iFly, this area is completely dark. This area is also a bit dark also, so I went ahead and lightened that up and did a few changes to make sure we get the most realistic version. So in the direct sunlight, you will see where this illuminates a lot more. Tail section has also been redone. I had to go ahead and make an incision to dip the blue banner down low. As you can see here, I had to dip the blue banner down low, and of course curve out the flag at the bottom of the crescent for the tail from the coat of arms, of course. So yes, this bird has been complete. It also has a up-to-date cowling to reflect the current version of the Max with Cayman Airways has to offer. So this bird has not been re-released as of yet, but hopefully in the future I will be releasing this bird. But my focus right now, of course, as I've mentioned in my previous video, the FS Labs version for the flight. Once I focus on getting the Air Jamaicas out, I can then focus on getting the 737 Maxes out, such as this updated Charlie India Whiskey livery, completed Charlie India Zulu, Charlie India Yankee, and Charlie India X-Ray. They're all complete. There you can see the textures from the back of the engine in this a lot better. So guys, just sit back, relax, and once again, welcome aboard. We are heading to Cayman Brac, a little short, quick hop flight across the water to our sister islands. Nothing too major, nothing too serious, and without further ado, welcome aboard. All right, let's go to the cockpit and get this birdie out of cold and dark situation. Here we go. And for those who are interested in ever wondering If the iFly Max is a suitable fit for you, I would most definitely say yes. The iFly Max is pretty much a decent, very decent bird. There are a few things I'm a little bit concerned about in returns to characteristics, but of course, nonetheless, you know, everyone who starts off in the beginning has their trials and errors. But I'm not gonna hold you. I have been a diehard iFly fan since a kid, and when PMDG came out, I was kind of like, okay, you know, I like the rendition, how it looks better. But as I got older, and I realized that PMDG was a there's a lot of things happening with PMDG in terms of like the controls, and I'm not ever gonna shade PMDG at all. Like PMDG has also been a pioneer, but like iFly came out and everyone mocked iFly, and then as soon as iFly dropped the Max, or should I say the updated version of the NG, the community really looked at iFly like, oh, okay, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to copy PMDG? No, iFly had their own lane. They just try to make things a little bit better, which, in my opinion, worked out. Okay, so APU's on. Fuel pump left. Excuse me. APU on. Also, packs or APU bleed on. Let's go ahead and turn the engine bleeds off. Set this to open. Actually, it was open. Let's set it to auto. Set that to auto. And logo light. Let's go to the top. Let's get our navigation situated. And let's come down to the bottom and set our birdie up. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and enter our position. And today's flight is MWCR to MWCB. We're gonna put that into the core route. Core route is set up. And it's KX. Flight number is KX triple X. LOL. And we're using runway number 8 for departure today. Oops, hello. Yes, guys, this birdie is case sensitive, so you have to put in all values. So, in regards to performance, I'm gonna go ahead and get something a little bit different for the bird today. I'm gonna go get a configuration. All right, so our fuel was calling for 10,188 pounds of fuel. We can just call that 10,200. 10,200 pounds. Okay, that is set. Fuel has been set. We have 166 souls on board. Let's go ahead and performances. Yep. Reserves are 5. According to FSGRW, our flight plan today, our cruise winds is going to be 220 at 5. At 5, and our cruise temperature ISA or deviation is going to be at 17. Since it's such a light flight today, we're going to do a D rate of 25K, and we're going to go over to our EFB, which I can make it bigger for you guys so you can see it better. Oh, hello. Hi. Rude. How come you never give me the angle in the top? Come on. You know what? Let's go old school. Let's just go over there. Initialize flight. Performances. Make sure this is set. Copy FMC data. And I presume a flap 1 departure for us today. And we can call this 21.6. And let's go ahead and calculate that. So 2991,065 at 5. 065/05 and 27 degrees, 81 Fahrenheit. Okay, not bad. Since it is 5 knots, it's going to be 156 plus 5. Sorry, 156 plus 10. So we're looking at 166. 156 plus 10. What am I saying? So we're going to look at 166 on the climb out speed. Okay. Aha. I do believe I have realistic alignment on, so we're definitely going to have to, we can go ahead and speed up that process. I actually need to reconfigure certain aspects of the panel that I have saved. So, okay. And we're calling for 34 on the cost index. Okay. Aha, 161, so it's going to be 171 on the departure now. Okay, so let's go ahead and make sure this is correct. V1 150, VR 151, and 161. That is correct. Now looking back to the center console and adjust this to 171. Hello, 25. Okay. Okay. This should be coming up shortly. Just gotta wait for that. And we're climbing up to 11,000 feet. So let's go ahead and contact ATC, let them know that, you know, we have intentions of moving, because last night when I attempted to not do any ATC whatsoever, if this was a real flight, I would have been very upset. Because something was not on the runway, but it decided to come on the runway right afterwards. Not fun. Okay. So we got clearance to runway number 8. We're using departure SID TEXAM. Let's see if it removed the speeds. It did not remove the speeds. That's perfect. Airbus would have taken the speeds out. Hello, Airbus. LOL. Alright, so we're going from here to here. And our arrival SIDS was going to be our nav number 9 from TEXAM. And as I was saying in the previous video tutorial, you have to be very mindful when going into the BRAC to remove that hold, so we don't have that issue going where you're circulating, trying to figure out why you're not landing on your approach. Okay. Requesting the weather, even though we don't get the weather radar to work, we're still going to get some winds, which is perfect. Okay. Alright, our winds are set. And now we can contact GSX for departure. Let's go ahead and just restart that and do a manual pushback. Okay, so let's just focus on the manual pushback. From this point forward, so we're going to be going out to heading 080. Make sure that's set. Guys, I updated GSX yesterday. It was the same prompt from the previous gate. I'm not sure if this is a wing sim issue or a simulation issue or a GSX issue. So what I'm going to do is just do a standard manual pushback. We know the procedures already. From the top, anti-collision lights on. The hydraulic pump is fully set. Yaw damper on. We can get some heats going also for the probes. Just the wing pumps on. There's no pump. There's no fuel in the center tanks. Cabin sides on. Full packs. Parking brake release, and we now officially have our out time. Okay. And let's start our pushback. Just remember something very important. With iFly, guys, with iFly, let me do this better here on the actual EFB. With iFly, you have to, oh, it's removed already. Hello. Okay, perfect. Let's continue our pushback. With iFly, you have to definitely remove your chocks. Like, it is a thing. It actually is a thing. Airbus, when you hit GSX in the FS Labs, it will automatically remove the chocks for you. So that's not a biggie. That's not a biggie with the Airbus, okay? Guys, I'm gonna turn the volume up so you can listen to the engine start. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the default sounds by iFly. Something you definitely don't want to miss. Okay, so Cayman 835 just came in from, I'm not sure what the destination was. For anyone that knows flight 835, do you mind commenting where she's coming from? It just landed here in Grand Cayman. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm assuming it's LA, the LA flight. I could be wrong, but if anyone that knows, or it could be Chicago, actually. Anyone that knows this flight number, do you mind commenting to let me know what flight number this is? But we're all set up, engines set up, everything's going good so far. Okay, and we got clearance for departure. What I do know in this Airbus, there is not Airbus. Oh my goodness, I'm confusing my cabins already, or my cockpits rather. What I do know in the Boeing is there's only 2 chronos so far. If there's a third one that I'm not knowing about, can you guys point it out to me? Where can I find the third one? It would be very beneficial for me. But I do know in Airbus there's 3, probably more. Who knows? But my second one, which is on, of course, the captain's side, I'm going to use that once we, start the takeoff process. So, of course, let's prep the cabin. Everything is set. Flight attendants cease for departure. So I do have the ad hoc sound purchased. I just haven't reinstalled it as of yet. I've just been liking this new update that FS Labs recently, not FS Labs, I keep calling it FS Labs. I've just been so into FS Labs. But I like this new update that iFly dropped for the sound updates. It's really like, wow. The previous default one, I was like, I don't like you. But this one, yeah, this one takes the cake, bro. Alright, chrono is set. Let's get to 40. And thrust set. Just gently
V1.
Gently pull. Just gently pull. And gear up. Alright. Okay, we're now airborne, and we have our taxi, and when we turn our flights off, our packs are now reset. We're climbing up to 10,000, 11,000 feet. We'll alert our cabin crew at 10,000 feet once we're at that altitude. Like I said, it's just a very quick, short hop to the brat. So with this, we have to really get the bird extremely set up for arrival. Very, very, very short flight. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and set the bird up. Wind speeds in the brat, according to FSGRW. Is calling for 5 knots, so I can do definitely a 5-knot increment. Or a 4-knot increment, whichever one comes first. Okay, we're at 10,000 feet. This can go back to off, back to center, landing lights off, logo light off, wing light off, 10,000 feet for the crew. And we don't need any anti-ice at this altitude also, so we're pretty good. So let's go back to the main, and we're going to be leveling off in just a second here. So far, we are just, how do I say, 4 minutes in flight. 4 minutes in flight and leveling. Not bad. Let's go outside to see if we can spot some things that I've been pointing out earlier. Everything is redone in terms of like making sure that the yellow is a lot brighter because the previous yellow to me was a little bit dull. I brought it brighter. I don't know if you can see the textures from here. Yes, you should be able to see from here as best as possible. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I wanted to see more of that. So I'm gonna probably work on this a little bit more to get a little bit brighter, but other than that, I am pleased, guys. I am so pleased. Alright, so we're level after 11,000 feet. We're gonna go ahead and set our descent altitude for 1,500 feet. And I'm gonna go ahead and put in some legs. Oops, wrong one. I'm gonna go ahead and put in some SID legs for approach, grabbing VIVIS or VIVIS, putting it here as a fix. I'm gonna do 15 miles out, 10 miles out, and 5 miles out from this approach. Let's see if there's anything else I need to do. Aha, of course. Let's do a descent forecast. Let's request that. Should be ready. Yep, we have a descent forecast for our approach into Iraq. So that's pretty good so far. Alright, so we're going to be doing a auto break 3 approach. And cabin crew, prepare the cabin for arrival. Just verify one last few things, go over everything again. Approach. Let's help reduce our speed. Spoilers are up. Let's go ahead and set the plane for landing configuration. bring this back to center. We're also coming down through 9,000 feet. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And guys, as I was telling you about the weather, check this out. Like, I've had some of the most amazing approaches going into the BRAC, especially with FSGRW and the weather. Like, amazing, man. Like, amazing. Okay, so we got 2993. We got 2993 on the approach. Let's see what we're saying. 2993 cents. Okay. Alright, so I see the approach vector. Who are you? How high are you? Or how low are you? You are approximately at 32,100 feet above me. Perfect. Nice. I wonder if that's Copa. Side note, a lot of flights go into like Panama and a lot of Central American regions definitely do fly through the Cayman Islands because it's known as Kingston airspace. So Kingston airspace is a vast airspace that stretches from the lower regions to the western quadrant of the Caribbean Sea, and it expands all the way as far as the Central America and as far as the Eastern Caribbean islands. When you get further towards the Eastern Caribbean islands, I do believe it's called San Juan airspace, and I believe Venezuelan airspace, which is the lower region. Kingston airspace is huge. Kingston airspace is a pretty huge airspace. Because after Kingston, when you're heading north, you head through Miami airspace or Havana airspace, and you head through like Cuba airspace, Havana airspace, and then of course you head on to Miami airspace or Miami Center if you're heading towards Florida. But Kingston airspace is pretty fast. Okay, we're at 15 miles out. I'm gonna start setting the burn up for some slow speed approach. So what I'm gonna do is manually reduce the speed down to up. I could also go ahead and get the approach vector, because the bug is coming up to capture it, so that's a good start. And since we're in this configuration at the moment, let's go ahead and reduce down our speed to 190 and do a flap 1. Flap 1, 190. And guys, look who's coming up. Little Cayman. Guys, I don't have any airports whatsoever for Little Cayman and Cayman BRAC. So these are just the fall airports. So work with me, bear with me, and we're just gonna make the best of it. Oh, little Cayman. Speed down to 180, flap. Flap 5. Okay, the approach bug has been identified and captured, so we're just gonna follow our glide slope. Okay, 2,500.
2,500.
You said 144 for the approach speed. Okay, bet. Okay, gear down. About 15. About 30. And of course, flat 40. We have our flat 40 departures. Flat 40 arrival set, not departure. Wow. Can you imagine a flat 40 departure? Is it even possible? Okay. Let's start getting you. Set our glory altitude for 3,000. Just in case. My airplane. Hello. Guys, welcome to Cayman Brack. So, developers, if you are interested, the community needs a new version of Grand Cayman. We need a Cayman Brack. We also need a Little Cayman, and we need a LeCeiba Honduras. LeCeiba Honduras is highly missing. We have a default one in, like a free one in AFSIM, but that's not fun. We need a developer that does payware. Like we have no problem as content creators or enthusiasts. Like, you throw us good content, we're gonna buy. Throw us good content, we're gonna buy. We don't mind talking about your content, especially me. Now that I have a microphone, I don't mind testing, reviewing, and talking about the content, and of course making sure that people get to see your content more. Okay. Flaps up, spoilers down. Stop for a second. We stopped for a second, so let's get back on track where we are. Okay. We're off of the runway, guys. Quick flight, quick, simple, easy flight. Nothing too major, but let's get to the gate. And again, for any developers that want to create the full package, like all 3 airports in one, that would be highly appreciative. Because you would be like, I forgot who they were called. I forgot what company they were called. I think they were called Runway 26. I believe it was Runway 26 where they did all 3 airports, all 3 Cayman Islands airports. That was really awesome. Okay. And guys, we're here at the Brack. We're here. Ooh, hello. Hello. That actually has happened to me before as a kid. I did believe that we shut down the flight without connection to the GPU and we lost power. So it took like about 2 minutes for the power to come back, and we were already walking off the plane, but we realized it was something to do with the battery. So yeah, that normally never happens, but that just happened in the game. But guys, this has been a fun flight. Thank you once again for joining me on this quick, short trip over to the Brack. I'm just turning off all the equipment that I've used so far and bringing back the birdie to its cold and dark state. Let's also go ahead and get GSX. Anti-collision light can come off. These can come off. That's off. Off, off, off. Off, 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 off. And GSX is asking me to open doors. Heard you, buddy. Let's go ahead and set our chocks right here also. Okay. And doors.
Passengers bus is coming.
Buzz? You're right there. Ooh, that's just... Well, Brack, if you got bus, you got bus, buddy. I know one thing. Left for left.
Passengers boarding starting.
And here we are. Let's watch the deboarding process, folks. Join me. Until next time, it has been a pleasure. Thank you for watching.